Yo guys, what is up? It's Teach here, coming at you again with another video, and I am here right now on my Dino a Day review series, and we have found ourselves a giant death shark. Now, the Megalodon is a death creature, and that's just, something to say the least. He's just a monster. Now, it used to be the case where the Megalodons were kind of squishy and nothing was really beneficial. However, that's actually changed quite a bit. They're still pretty squishy. However, I've got something that makes it kind of special. So, let's show you what that is. Now, health-wise, these guys can get very, very decent health. I've seen people easily hit 20k on these things. And you can breed them, so don't forget that. So breeding them is something that's highly, highly doable, and it helps a ton. Oh, Megalodon. And a war is about to happen. He does have a pretty good hit range, which is kind of nice. Where did that... What? Oh, it's behind me. Okay. So you can see the battle he's able to do right now. He gathers a ton of fish meat, and I know that sounds bad. He probably doesn't want to hear that, but oh well. He gains quite a bit back by eating said fish meat, but he's actually really good at attacking and has a pretty decent damage output. So I haven't put any levels into him yet. But 10,000 health, pretty reasonable. You want around 2,000 to 2,500-ish stamina, just because stamina is very nice to have on these things. Weight-wise, it's helpful to have it around 600-ish, just because you want to be able to carry some stuff. You're not really going to be carrying a whole heck of a lot with this guy, but you can if you need to, is the point. Then between these two, I think it's important to have melee and movement speed. It's entirely up to you how much you want to crank into either or. I think that having a little bit of movement speed makes a huge difference for this thing. Now, the Megalodon does have some pretty awesome characteristics. However, this is really what sets him apart. You can see that, yeah, if sharks weren't scary enough, he now has a death saddle. Now, with said death saddle, it's pretty neat. It's something that he is able to use and kind of excel with. It's very unique because you can see it right now. I can go into this mode where he can actually shoot things, and has underwater cannons, which no other creature has under the water. You just have to hit his shift attack on PC. I would assume it's a click over on console, but it's pretty accurate, and you can hit quite a big range of areas, and as long as you continue to click, it does a ton of damage to things. And under the ocean, it's really hard to find anything that can take him out with this ability, so take that for what you will. Now, it's got a very decent range on it too, so you can kind of just like shred sharks and stuff like that from a distance, and it does a ton of damage. It does do increased damage if you can smack the front side or the hit areas of things. Like the head is a good area to take out on any shark. Just what it comes down to. But, to each their own. But you can go into the deep ocean pretty easily with this guy and not have any major issues. I'm just going to keep swimming out here so you can see what I'm talking about. There are some pretty awesome areas over on this map that are in Ragnarok specifically that are just deep oceans. There's caves and all kinds of base locations that you can have. And it's beneficial if you don't actually have to attack with this guy. Then it saves you a lot of trouble in regards to the amount of damage he takes. So if you're fighting somebody under the water, you've got good stamina like I have, you've got plenty of element, you can just shred things by clicking them to death with this thing, and it's a lot of fun. He's literally a death machine, which is pretty neat. So we're going to go down to the deeper ocean, see if we can find some bigger, more terrifying threats, because what we're able to find right now isn't enough to really scare me at all. So we'll look for a Mosa, because I'll show you how easily this thing shreds Mosas, squids, and stuff like that with this tech armor on. The tech armor is 100% worth it, especially when somebody has a cave base, because you can pretty much shred their entire base with this thing, because the head is where the actual bullet comes from. So you can kind of almost bend things around corners, which is nice, because it's center mass where the things shoot at you. So, alright, so we are pretty far down at this point in time, and I need to find something dangerous. Those are eels. Eels, there's only one way to deal with them, and that is to shoot them with an endless supply of death. I think that's Dunkleosteus. I'm not sure. And again, with things like eels, having this is a very beneficial thing because you don't have to let them get close to you, and that's nice. Alright, so there's some eels. Give me something like a Nope, nothing. I thought I saw something around that corner. I guess I'm... Oh, there we go. Dunkleosteus is a little bit different. So Dunkleosteus take a little bit of decreased damage to headshots, but obviously if you don't shoot them in the head, you don't need to worry about that. So, there's the eels, tons of anglers down here. And give me something big to eat. As you can see, these things have a lot of stamina. As long as you're just moving like I am right now and you don't have to bite, they are just monsters under the ocean. Because, especially with this tech saddle, they are just creatures of death. Now, I'll go ahead and show you once I can actually find a tame down here, or a non-tame that's just anything at this point. I don't know where everything is. But I'll show you how much damage he does without the tech armor. And that way you can see that they are pretty powerful. I still think that they lose without tech. They pretty much lose to every tame down here. But they're still pretty useful. Alright, here's Dunkleosteus. Let's just show you how much damage he's got the ability to do with what I've got him jacked up in. So 163, not the greatest by any means. But, again, I was like, okay, we played a little bit of a game. Now it's time to shred him with my tech. Alright, let's go again with the tech. There you go. So, now, if you hold completely still with this thing, it's really, really fast at regenerating its stamina, even though I'm low on health. So, it's pretty useless to level too much stamina, because if you just hold still for maybe like 3 or 4 seconds, even if you're low on health, he's pretty much going to get all of that back. So that's something you don't really need to worry about with the Megalodon. As long as you've got around 2,000 stamina, even an unimprinted one like the one I'm on right now can be a monster. Now, people will be down here on their squid, so if they grab you, having this suit of armor plus the ability to shred them with that tech cannon is really just it's a death weapon. So take that advice, because I've had some very interesting fights with the tech armor on, and it's Shred City. Where is literally anything. I have yet to see a large tame down here, and that's not very normal. Usually you're spending most of your time running from them. However, when I'm looking for them, they're not here. Alright, we'll look a little longer so I can show you. And with the Megalodon, because he has this tech suit on, you can shoot things and destroy bases. This does, I want to say it does like 100 to 200 damage-ish on a metal foundation, and it does pretty good damage to tech as well. So under the water, you will run into people that have tech underwater bases. As long as you are doing your best to shred them with this thing, there's not much that can stand up to a tech-saddled Megalosaurus. So, pretty nice. I will eventually find something, I think. Keyword is maybe. I don't know for sure, though, because I feel like I'm just cursed to not be able to find any underwater creatures, so I'm going to go up to the top and see what I can find. We are pretty far out there. So we should be seeing something, because this is supposed to be the area on the left-hand side of the map is usually where you find all your squids, mosas, stuff like that. So I should have seen something by now, but I'm a little shocked that I haven't. We'll kind of hover around here and stay low-ish, gain some stand back. But as long as you got a scuba tank on, not really much that can take you out. And because the Megalodon has a pretty good turn radius, you don't really have to worry about getting snuck up on, because if you're going to battle something, you might as well just turn at it and shoot it to death, because at 500 damage a pop, you can pretty much shred everything. Anything wild. And for tames, if somebody is on a Mosasaurus or a squid or something like that, if you can shoot them off with the Megalodon saddle, it also gives you another unfair advantage, which is quite nice. You know, underneath the water is a terrifying zone. Maybe I'll find a large tame. If not, I just have to give up. And I don't want to do that, but I guess I might have to. Let's gamma up here just a touch. Gamma 4. Alright. I am not seeing anything. I do not understand. Oh well, but you can see the point. This guy does a very good job of being under the ocean. There's not much that can challenge him, especially with this tech saddle on. There's some Dunkleos, but I'll just, shoot them twice and it's over. So that's that. Other than that, I really suggest you at least try these things out. Under the water, they're a great raid tool. It can't soak very well, but damage output is their speciality. So, other than that, teach out.